What's good, people? Coming back early in the wee hours. What they Black Queen? What you doing up? I don't know. Uh, I was sleeping, and when you're sick, you got a weird sleeping pattern. You sleep, you jump up out the bed. Body still healing, doing all kind of weird stuff. But I was scrolling, and I was reflecting, doing a little bit of journaling, and pondering on all the things that we take in here on social media. Very relatable, because reality TV is supposed to touch home a little bit, real, recognize real. But everybody ain't always keeping it real. But I saw this on IG, and it really hit home for me. And it was a strong reminder for me because around the holidays, we all get nostalgic, right? Because of people we may have lost, people we may have had to let go, right? Now we got this MAGA crap, FAFO, all this craziness going on. People cutting ties with folk because who they voted for and all that stuff, right? And it stirs up a lot of emotions, right? So I was looking at this. Officer Parker, okay, and he is an amazing motivational speaker along the lines of healing and understanding why it's okay to miss those people that we have had to let go, and understanding why we had to let them go to be able to heal, right? And of course, you know who. Melody popped into my mind, along with myself and a few other people who I know have been through it, with folk who just don't get it, right? When you cut ties and cut them off, you go radio silent with certain folk, niggas be mad. They just be mad, right? And you're like, how dare you be mad at me because I don't want with you no more? I have that right, and people have been unalived for cutting people off, which is why another thing that's baffling to my mind I don't get is, why are you mad? Because I'm protecting myself. I'm putting the measures in place to protect myself, my safety, my well-being, mental, physical, emotional well-being, and those that love me and whom I love. So this is just a reminder. Don't ever look back. Don't ever go back to what hurt you Because there's a reason why you didn't see what you needed to see, so that the hurt can teach you a lesson in understanding what is good for you and what is not. Those things that hurt you, you don't want to recycle and repeat that same hurt. You just dig yourself deeper in a deep, deep spiritual hole of depression and sadness and pain. And sometimes you can't escape that. So let's take a look at this. This is really a beautiful thing. I love me some Officer Parker G.
A lot of people don't realize is once you get over the pain and once you get over the hurt, you'll look back and realize you should have never been in that situation to begin with. You'll look back and realize how much better off you are outside of that situation than you ever were in the presence of those people who hurt you. Love is blinding, bro. Love will make you deal with some crazy shit that you would have never otherwise accepted. When you sit back and look at your life and you look at all the shit that you've taken, 100% it came from people you loved. Like, it's okay to miss people who hurt you, but you gotta understand that you can never go back. It's okay to crave those people who hurt you because you fell in love with something that they had, something good that they possessed. And over time, they took that for granted and began to hurt you. So it's okay to still love those parts of those people and miss those parts of those people. But you gotta understand, you gotta let go. You gotta let that go.
Gotta let it
because
go.
When you get on the other side of the equation, and you should have never stayed as long as you did. That's a fact. Thing that a lot of people...
That's the key right there. You realize that you were much better than the situation you stayed in a little bit too long. And that's what love does sometimes. It fools us into thinking that, you know what, I love this person, so, maybe one day they'll come around. Maybe they'll see that I love them and their attitude and behavior will improve. No. Love is not supposed to hurt you. Love does not leave you traumatized. Love does not leave you questioning, what the hell just happened to me? When you leave a situation that's harmful and people try to make you feel guilty or feel regretful for leaving said situation, a lot of older women do that. They have done that over time. Well, having a piece of man is better than no man. You know what? I will take being single, free, and safe and sound and mentally intact than having a piece of man who does not respect me as a person. And that's what a lot of women seem to miss the mark with, especially with Melody and the women on reality TV. I keep saying it, it's only 6 degrees of separation between the people we see on reality TV and the people we interact with in society. All of us know a damn Tisha. All of us know a Cap'n Kimmy. All of us know a Nell Fletcher. All of us have bumped into somebody similar to a reality TV cast member. These people are not celebrities. These are everyday fucking people. Okay? Everyday people who have bills, struggles, obviously, trials, tribulations, who are lost in the damn sauce. Just like anybody who is not on the damn cast of a reality show. They cry. They broke. They forget shit. They go through the same human experience that we do in the audience. Okay, the viewers. So that is why I don't understand why it's so difficult to understand when someone is done, they're done. It doesn't matter what anybody else's opinion is. It doesn't matter what anybody else feels hurt over you letting go. You know, because I got a text message from my estranged mother, and I've been no contact with her for almost 14 years. And it said, blessings. Happy Thanksgiving. And the old me, the unhealed part of me, would have clapped back and really, you know, let her know, you violated my boundary. I don't observe Thanksgiving. You know, that was rude, whatever. Because that's the part of me that still cares. And people say, Queen, how do you talk about your mama like that? She only got one. Yeah. Just like she only has one fourth child. She only has one queen. And she fumbled me. Drastically fumbled me. And it was not easy to go no contact with her. And there's still parts of her that I love. Right? But those parts of her that I still love are not worth me going back to allow her to continue to hurt and harm me. And when you sink as low as she has to use my children to hurt me, that's a deal breaker. And that goes for anybody else connected to her. My sister, one of my brothers, some of my peers from Chicago. That's why I stand so strong with Melody, because I relate to what it feels like to have the utmost betrayal from people who are so close to you, who you would never dream would ever do you the way that they do you. And you overlook a lot, you let a lot slide, you swallow a lot of your pride and ego and go, I love this person. And with the purity that God blesses us with, well, if I'm good to them, they'll be good to me. And boy, do we get a rude awakening when we wake up and mature and grow beyond that and understand that that's not the way life works all the time. That's not always how it goes. Because as we know very well, once we get a little older, at least we should grow into this. Once we mature and go through our lessons in life, to teach us that there are predators of your spirit, predators of your purity, predators of your innocence, that test your resolve and try you and your relationship with God. There are predators out there to see if you really are who you say you are. That's why I take such issue with folks like Destiny, because she is one dangerous, delusional dumbbell. She really is. And I could give you so many examples of people throughout my lifetime who I've been connected to who are just like Destiny. You would think that, you would think that I wrote a script to copy Mel's life. It's so relatable. It's mind-blowing. But don't ever second guess letting something go that's painful, letting someone go that is not feeding and pouring into your spirit and your growth. People's true character show very brilliantly when you start to change. When you stop doing the things that make them feel comfortable, being stagnated and being stuck. When you get unstuck and start to do things different, because I used to, oh my God, I can't tell you how much heat I used to take for being different, being being happy and proud of being different. Okay, because I wasn't really curvy. I'm still not. I've always been tall, very thin, very, very androgynous looking. And I used to get teased a lot. Itty bitty titty committee, iron board booty, all that stuff. Right? And it bothered me a little bit. Right? But I said, I'm different. I'm not of African descent. I don't have the voluptuous front porch and loaded in the back. I don't have that. So I have to make it do what it do with what God blessed me with and be proud of what I do have and how I do look. And what's more important, what's on the inside. How do I show up to people? How do I want to show up to people? And that was my main goal, was being a light to anybody that I encounter. Bringing a smile, bringing a laugh, bringing a giggle, inspiring others, even if it's in the smallest sense. And I started to learn quickly, thank God for my grandmother. I started to learn quickly that people really didn't give a fuck about me unless I was doing something for them. If I was making them laugh, if I was making them feel good. When I was down or feeling low, crickets. We know the deal. We know the script. And so when it all was said and done with certain people throughout certain milestones in my journey through life, they'd be like, I ain't heard from you. And then I started to get a little more sass and a little more self-awareness. I'd be like, you know what, damn it, the phone worked both ways. Your finger don't work. I ain't heard from you neither. And that right there showed me who was really for me and who really cared about me. And that would be always my question when people say, well, what's up with you? I haven't seen you in a minute. I ain't heard from you. I'd be like, I ain't heard from you either. Oh, girl, you my girl. If I'm your girl, then I would have heard from you. You wouldn't need to ask me what's going on in my life because you'd already know because you'd be in regular contact. I'm not finna chase nobody that don't want to be caught. Okay? I'm not finna chase nobody that ain't thinking about me. What the fuck I'ma dial you up for and waste my time? And I'm not even a thought. It take 2 seconds to pick up the phone and go, hey, you know what? You just ran across my mind. No particular reason, just, hey, how you doing? You good? You chill? For real? You don't want to talk? Got anything on your mind? And not because you want to get in my business to go spread it around. I had to learn that young as well, too. A lot of people check in and check up on you because they need something to talk about. A storyline like Destiny. They only come around when they got an issue with you and it's really much to do about nothing, right? Just because they wanted to deflect off of how you have shown them the mirror when they do step to you and see how your life is still flourishing. Shit ain't stopped because of whatever you went through. That's why I tell people, I'm good with it. Why you not good with it? Same thing with my divorce. Church folks went bonkers because I let that man leave. If I'm too much, go find less. Okay, because I'm not going to take care of a grown ass nigga. Right? I'm tired. I'm not putting my dreams, aspirations, and goals and things that I want to do on hold anymore for somebody who takes me and what I have to offer for granted in the name of God, Jesus, or whoever. Okay, because that's not godly. The word I read and understand and know is you're supposed to love your wife like Jesus loved the church. And that's not what I was getting. So if a bitch from the church got a problem with me letting this man leave, then motherfucker, you got a problem with me too. Okay? Because I'm not going to cling to a piece of nothing because I deserve 100% of whatever I have, whether it is a romance, whether it is a friendship, sistership, a car, a house. I don't deserve a piece of nothing. Okay? I deserve exactly what the fuck I want. And if I work hard for it, guess what? I'm going to obtain exactly what I deserve. What God has for me, it is for me. And if I'm okay with letting that nigga leave, then you should be too. What the problem is? You really wasn't invested in my marriage to this person because you saw whatever you saw as a couple. We was a topic. We were a conversation piece for you because we look good. And that was something that you aspired for, and a target for you to use for target practice, because whatever we were doing, whether it was authentic or not, it was enough for you to want to aspire to be like that. And now you don't have a dream board anymore. You don't have anybody to use as a deflection so you can pivot off of your own misery that you living with. Oh, you was miserable too? Oh, well, I kept my husband, honey. God blessed us to stay together. Okay, that's you. That's you. That's you and your marriage. If you want to continue to settle and let this man drain your life source and your soul from you and keep vamping your energy where you getting, your health is deteriorating, you gaining weight, you morbidly obese, miserable, nasty, mean, and kill yourself and turn your life around. I did a complete 180. Okay, I was never really a lay down type of chick. You know what I'm saying? I was never really, okay, well, I'll just be quiet. I was never like that. That's why I didn't have a lot of friends. I wasn't popular in the Christian community. I wasn't one of them that people saw me coming in church and it was like the paparazzi. You know, it was like E.F. Hutton when I got to church, because they knew I was that one. I'm not finna play with you and you're not gonna play in my face. I will tell you about yourself in the name of Jesus right here in the sanctuary, and we'll go right home and eat my Sunday dinner like nothing happened and be good. Okay? Because I keep it all the way a buck, no matter who's watching. Pastor, first lady, deaconess, apostle, I don't care. I don't care. Because I didn't come to church to stroke your ego and worship a man or a woman. I came to church to worship the Most High. And the Most High don't lie, so why should I? I'm just saying. But once I left the church, I didn't go back, because there were things there, situations there, and people there that hurt me. Right? A lot of people have their stories about that. And it's like, well, why don't you come back? Because it's too many painful memories. Well, you know, God gives second chances. Well, I'm not God. I don't have to give nobody no second chance. Especially when they deliberately try to destroy me. When you smile in my face and talk crap about me behind my back, you're not godly. Okay? When you come around for whatever you can get for free, or reap whatever benefits of my friendship, or being connected to me, my connections, you know, the respect that I've earned in the community. When you can say, oh yeah, I know her because she worked on a committee with me and did this or that. And then you gain favor because you name drop. I really can't really fuck with people like that. Users, opportunists. I've had people say so many negative things about me who have never had one conversation with me at all. I have people drag my children just because I'm their mama and they don't like me. That's why that's why I understand so well what Melody is experiencing even now. Even now. Why should I go back and lower myself and reopen the door to people who never gave a damn about me? Never. You just here to reap the benefits of being on this platform, whatever it is you can gain from it. It don't matter. Some people don't even know their objective of why they want to be connected to you. They just want to be around to see what they can get. They don't even know what's coming down the pipe. I'm just going to be here just to see what I can get. Whatever it is. Free, whatever. Access to whatever. A free meal. I have heard people talking junk about me. And when I step into the room and go quiet, I was like, well, damn, I didn't know you had such disdain for me. But you always in my face. You don't mind when we go to Country Buffet and get that free all-you-can-eat meal. And I pick up the bill. You my friend when you can eat. You my friend when you can get a free ride home from church. Right? Even the smallest minute things. Just scavengers. Useless eaters. Why would anybody go back to somebody like that? Who think, oh, we on TV now. Oh boy, we can really cut up. Now really gonna clean up. We really can reap and steal, rob, and lie and manipulate. Because a lot of people feel entitled to your assets. Have you noticed that? Especially in the black community. Whenever someone comes into a large sum of money, especially after someone has transitioned, if they win the lottery, left an inheritance of any type, people feel entitled to your assets. Oh, well, you got it. Why can't you loan me this, that, and the other, or give me la, la, la? Because I don't have to. I had cousins like that. Because I had a decent job, they felt like, well, you got a good job. How come I can't have this or have that or come stay with you? Because I said no. Because I'm not taking care of a freeloader. And you wasn't thinking about me when, pardon me. You wasn't thinking about me or my good job up until you fell off. Now you shopping for somebody who can afford to let you freeload. No, ma'am. And you notice the word no brings out the worst in people? Have you noticed that? When you tell someone no to their abuse or to their disrespect or to their opportunistic energy and their narcissism, their entitlement, you can see their true character jump right the fuck out. When you cut somebody off, you be the worst demon under the sun and never did anything wrong to them. Hello. Don't go back to people that hurt you. I don't care how long you've been friends, been married, been connected. Some of my day ones have let me down tremendously. And just having a reckless, disgusting, deplorable character. Hanging out just to reap the benefits of my hustle. Hanging on just to be a bottom feeder. To catch my overflow. Then get upset when I back away quietly and close the door. Oh, well, where you went? Away from you? Oh, well, where the attitude coming from? From a fake, phony person who now decide, oh, you don't have no more options, so you gonna spin the block. No. I don't care what you going through. I don't care what had happened was. I don't care how you struggling now. I don't care if you need this or that. Because when I was ride or die for you, you took it for granted and you felt like you was entitled to my love and kindness. You abused it. So when you abuse my love and kindness and I'm authentic with it, you don't get a second chance. Because all that time you was connected to me, you wasn't thinking about respecting or being careful and mindful with how you treated my love. So once I cut it off, and Virgos, once we cut your ass off, that's it. Once you out, you out. Cross me and I'm done, said Melody Cherie. Don't ever go back to what hurt you. You know, and I wanted to pick up the phone. When I got that text from my mother, I'm like, you know what? I really wanted to leave her. But I said, you know what? It's not even worth it. Because it's falling on deaf ears. You know, a narcissist is never going to change. They're just going to find more clever ways to avoid accountability. They're going to manipulate people, give them supply into thinking that they're always the eternal victim. Nothing ain't never their fault. They don't have any investment in how things went south. My mother has stooped so low to tell people that I was on drugs as to why I no longer deal with her. Well, I don't know. Maybe she high. Maybe she doing drugs. Maybe she on that crack. Her favorite go-to. Never abused an illicit drug in my life. I don't even drink alcohol. Okay? Never. But that's the low that people will go to justify their abuse and hurt you. They don't care as long as they don't have to hold any accountability. So just stand strong, y'all. And be proud of how far you've come. Because it hurts. I'm not even going to front with y'all. I'm very strong. But I still have a soul. I have a big, huge soul. Big heart. I love with every ounce of it once I love you. However, I'm still human, yo. I'm still human. And it hurts to have to cut people off that you love. It hurts. You don't just get over that shit. Right? I'm going on 14 years, no contact with my mother. And the spirit woke me up and I just woke up with tears streaming down my face. Do I miss her? Of course I do. But I don't miss her enough to continue to let her hurt me and harm me. I'm going to say it again. Love is not supposed to leave you traumatized. Love is not supposed to hurt you, make you lose sleep at night, make you question. That's not love. You're not supposed to be confused. And that's any dynamic of a relationship. It's not just romantic. It's if I got to question your friendship, right? If I never hear from you, it's one-sided. I don't never get a text, a call, $1 on the cash app, be like, hey, you good? You straight? Because people just assume you strong, you be all right. Sometimes I'm not all right. Sometimes we're not okay. And that's okay to not be okay. But we can't sit and rest in it. We have to move on because we're expected to. Because we're strong. Well, you strong. Why you crying? Because I'm hurt. Motherfucker, I'm hurt. I'm hurting. Oh, well, I didn't know it bothered you like that. Because I don't let you know that. That's what strong people do. We don't wear everything on our sleeves like you whack weak bitches do. Yes, I'm hurt. Well, what's wrong with you? If I tell you, all you're going to do is use it as a weapon against me. That's another thing. You got to be very careful and selective who you share your innermost sensitive situations with. That's why I love Melody too. She's so smart. She just didn't tell everybody everything. Even through her pain and vulnerability, she did not just download everything. She let that hookhead do it. She let Martell do all the lying. And she did the living, right? She did the hustling. She did the level up. And everybody is still stunned and shocked. Why? Because she survived. That's why my mama reaching out now. Are you still alive? I can't believe this girl lived through all that. And that's my daughter. And look how I did her. And she was bold enough to cut me off. That's what really narcissists are thinking when they reach back out. They want confirmation that did you actually make it? Well, damn, yeah, she's still cussing me out. She good. So yeah, don't ever second guess why you let go of what and who hurt you. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to validate your experience. But make sure you surround yourself with people who truly care and want to see you heal. And are not just listening because it makes them feel better about what they might be going through that could be a whole lot worse. They just too much of a coward to share it as openly and candidly as you do or I do. See, I don't have nothing to be ashamed of. Right? If you look back in the archives on my channel, I talk about a whole lot of stuff that I've been through with friends, family, co-workers back before I left Chicago. Right? And what brought me to North Carolina, I was in law school. The spirit had told me, was harassing me, okay? The spirit was telling me, study psychology and law. And I was arguing back with the spirit. I was like, no, I don't want to go back to school. I want to stay in childcare. I want to stay in education. I want to work from home. I don't want to do nothing. I want to live a soft life and travel now. I'm trying to travel more. I don't want to go back to school. But when I spoke to my mentor, my spiritual Baba, she said, honey, you have survived two of the most dangerous narcissists in the books. So you need to go and study law and follow spirit, study psychology, follow spirit. And I kicked and screamed. I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to go to the Gambia. I want to go to Cairo, man. I'm trying to get my passport together. But I followed spirit. And in 2014, I was 3 years into my law degree. And I got a phone call from my baby girl because my mother and sister had taken her, put her on a plane from Maryland, going through a really nasty divorce. Don't this sound familiar? Flew her down to my sister, my nemesis, my arch enemy. My daughter and granddaughter. Dropped her off with a one-way ticket and began to groom her the same way that they did me when I had my daughter at 18. So, I lost my shit when I found out she was in Georgia. Lo and behold, my sister clearly didn't want me to know my daughter and granddaughter were there. Why? Because she knew I'd come kick the door in and I'd wear that orange jumpsuit quick, fast, in a hurry. Because that's all they did was triangulate and use my daughter as a pawn. Right? So when I found out my daughter wanted to harm herself, it took me back to the day where I was 17 and a half and I had planned my unalive. And then I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And that's what stopped me from unaliving myself. I was 17 and a half years old. And I found out I was pregnant. And I said, now I have something to live for. Okay? So I dropped everything. I quit my studies. I shut down my daycare. And I had a little side hustle. I was working from home remotely during the day and doing overnight daycare for third shift mothers who didn't have trustworthy, safe childcare. So I kept my day job, quit everything else I was working on. I had an e-commerce spiritual business where I provided spiritual consultations, making bank. I had several different streams of income, and I dropped everything and moved to North Carolina, bunked up with a friend girl so that I can go rescue my daughter from the narcissistic triangulation between my sister and my mama. I told you I was going to tell these stories, so I hope you paying attention, because I'm going to start posting receipts. Y'all think I'm playing. It's not drama. It's not a bunch of cussing and a bunch of bullshit over here. I keep it 1,000. Okay, and I hope people get something from this. That's why I started this channel, because I wanted to try to turn my pain and heartache into power and motivation and inspiration for other women who could not find the words. Because once I found the fucking words to be able to express this, and the labels and the tags that are appropriate for this narcissistic abuse, you couldn't tell me shit, okay? So I get here, 30 days, find a place, lease a house, get all my shit out of storage. Next thing you know, my sister done kicked my daughter out the house and kept my grandbaby. Wouldn't give her back to her mama. Okay? So you know I'm furious. Right? So I had a friend down there who said, don't worry about it. I don't want you to cross state lines, because we ain't got enough money to get... Johnny Cochran ain't alive no more. So we don't got it like that to get your ass out of prison. You stay put. I got you. So he scooped my baby and her baby and hand delivered them back to me. Now let me tell you how powerful love is. Okay? My sister was so scared of me, she gave my daughter a message to give to me and tell me that I was not welcome at her home. She couldn't tell me not to come to Georgia. Listen to this now. She couldn't tell me I can't come to Georgia, but I can't come to her house. Now, I cut my sister off when we were in our 20s. Okay, I'm 53 now. Add 6 years, that's how old my sister is. Okay? I hadn't talked to her since I was 26 years old. That's when I cut that bitch off. Okay? So why are you now trying to pivot and act like the victim? Because you know what's going to happen to you if we lay eyes on each other and it's 3 feet betwixt us. That gap going to close up real quick, if you get my drift. And I know y'all think I'm slow because I be in the bushes. I don't say a lot. I don't be all up in the fray. I don't have a lot of, lots of catchy, popular, ratchet shit to say. Oh, but I'm a lot smarter than the average black queen, okay? I'm what you call a triple threat. I'm book smart, street smart, and I can get up there with Yale and Harvard as well, okay? And I got common sense. Pardon me. That lemon water working, y'all. That ginger working. It's coming out. So once I retrieved my precious cargo here in Kakalaka, unbeknownst to me, I had moved smack dab in the middle of Hurricane Alley, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And Matthew came and destroyed everything I had just put together. Okay? Between December 2014 and October 2015, everything that I built was gone. Everything we owned was gone. Okay? So don't tell me about pain and strength. Don't tell me that I don't know what I know when I see fake, phony, fugaga motherfuckers. Okay? Don't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about when I see a snake. Because I don't have to cut the grass back. Alright? I can sense and feel shit 6 miles away. So I don't need to be seen and heard and up front in the front row seat and popular and get my name called out and tagged and all that bullshit. Because I go by energy. I'm a real one. And when I say something, I mean exactly what the hell I say. And when I see something, you better listen. Okay? Because I don't have nothing to gain. After all the fuck shit I've been through, I don't have nothing to gain from being fake at all. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of the tail end of the narcissistic abuse that I have survived through. Okay? So, in my opinion, me and this hook-headed nigga that Melody divorced, he ain't got shit on me. Okay? That's why I stand strong with Melody. I don't have to know her to love her. I don't have to know you to understand what it is you are enduring or have endured, because it's energy. It's called empathy. Okay? That's why I did rep my set, because there's a lot of fake, phony ass, flogging ass bitches out here who swear up and down they understand alchemy, and they reading a fucking book or looking at a application or a video thinking, oh, that energy resonate makes sense to me. So yes, all of a sudden now I'm an expert on empathic energy and understand. No. I study this shit. You think I just be sitting around watching YouTube all day? You think I just woke up this morning and was like, oh, you know what? Yep, I ride with Melody. I'm a millimeter. No, I don't never fucking ride. I was always solo. I was always a lone wolf, and happy to be that way. Because I always got my feelings hurt whenever I tried to let somebody in. I'm like, damn, this bitch is crazy too. That's why I love this Officer Parker. Y'all need to go give him a follow on IG. Officer_Parker G, yo. Don't ever allow something or someone that hurts you back in. Let's do this one more time. I'm not done preaching. I got something else I want to tell you.
Don't realize is, once you get over the pain and once you get over the hurt, you'll look back and realize you should have never been in that situation to begin with. You'll look back and realize how much better off you are outside of that situation than you ever were in the presence of those people who hurt you. Love is blinding, bro. Love will make you deal with some crazy shit that you...
Ain't that the truth? Love will blind the fuck out of you. Because, listen, I had people telling me back home in Chi-Town, you are such a wonderful daughter. They would tell my mama, you know what? I wish I could get my kids to participate in church and come to church with me and do community things with me and philanthropy and all. I was that grown adult child that would drop everything and go run into my mama. She called me, she's like, you know what? We got friends and family day at church next week. Could you come? I'm like, yeah. It didn't matter if I had the lead in selection A at my church. I'm like, y'all, I can't make it. My husband would be so mad at me. He was a minister of music. He'd be like, why you? I said, my mom asked me to come to her church for Friends and Family Day, and we gonna fill the pew. So I can't do that song for you. You gonna have to find somebody else to sing that shit. That's the type of daughter I was. I used to spoil the shit out of my mother. She used to get blue boxes for Mother's Day. Tiffany's, whatever the fuck she would look at in a magazine. I'm like, Mom, you like that? Yeah, well, she was one of them narcissists who was, fake, pretend humble. That's how she got your supply. I'm like, Mom, you like that? Oh, well, the grandkids might need something. Okay, knowing that I had a decent job or whatever, she knew them kids was well taken care of. That was how she got her edification. Fake humility. I'd buy it. I was like, Mom, you want the damn coat or not? You feel me? People would be like, oh, where's your other daughter? She's somewhere else. Out of all 4 of my mama's kids, I was the only one that would drop everything and run to her. Why? Because I loved her. I was blind. I just wanted to make her proud. And then I started to wake up. And I'm like, my mama's playing in my face. Because I saw how jealous she was of my connection and my bond with my daughter. And at the time, my sister didn't have any children when mine were little. And my daughter was my sister's favorite. And I don't play that shit. Because I grew up being the favorite. And I got bullied by my older siblings because I was my daddy's favorite. Right? And my dad stayed in the marriage with my mama because she got pregnant with me. Y'all do the math. 6 years behind the 3rd child. Here I come. Do the math. Yeah. See, Christians lie too. Christians manipulate their husbands too. Okay? Them baby boomers, a lot of them elders ain't shit. Okay? My dad was on the way out the fucking door until he found out my mama was pregnant with me. And boy, oh boy, because I was his favorite, y'all get where I'm going with this. Then I started to wake up. I'm like, wait a minute. This motherfucker don't love me. I'm a decoration. I make her look good. You feel me? My mama is like Betty, Stormy's mammy. Okay? Blackheart. Yeah. My mama is like Betty, just a little bit more polished. You did? Miserable. This is what happens when you never live your own life. Excuse me. This is what happens when you chase a man and put a man before your damn dreams and goals in life. This is what happens when you don't live your life for you. You live it for appearance sake and what people might say or think? So then I said, you know what? I gave you a chance with my daughter so she can develop a bond with her grandparents. I can't take this shit no more. And by 2011, January 11th, 2011, I said, that's that. I will not go into my 40s being gaslit and having my children used as pawns. No more. That was the hardest thing I had to do. That was the hardest thing I had to do, was cut my mama off. Because that meant cutting off my dad, who was my best friend. Okay? So you can imagine how torn I was. And it's a wonder that woman should be thanking God that I'm not addicted to crack or shooting something in my veins based on all the emotional pain. Listen, I'm telling you, I wanted to smoke myself. That's how much it hurt. Okay? But I did all that sober. Not a sip of liquor. And not nothing. No other narcotics did I use to get through that medicated. I went through that sober. You know why? So I can understand nobody is ever gonna do me like this again. Not no nigga, not another fucking female posing as a friend. Nobody will ever play in my face like this again. Okay? So don't go back to them fuckers that hurt you. Stop feeling guilty because you had to cut people off that you love. No means no.
Would have never otherwise accepted. When you sit back and look at your life, and you look at all the shit that you've taken, 100% it came from people you love. Like, it's okay to miss people who hurt you, but you gotta understand that you can never go back. It's okay to crave those people who hurt you because you fell in love with something that they had, something good that they possessed.
Yeah, I miss you from over there.
And hurt you. So it's okay to still love those
you feel me?
People and miss those parts of those people, but you gotta understand, you gotta let go.
Let go. Cut.
Because when you get on the other side of that emotion, when it's all healed and said and done, you'll realize that you were much better than that situation, and you should have never stayed as long as you did. That's a fact. Thing that a lot.
Boom. Never should have stayed as long as I did. Because you know what? I was on my way to Cuba with my babies, and my mother drew me back in so she could keep her. I was her only source of narcissistic supply because my dad had checked out emotionally. And she had injured and damaged and fractured my bond with him so deep, I didn't have the energy left no more to fight. So instead of trying to repair it, I said, I'm just going to move around because they're getting older. Right? I'm going to let that burn. I had to let go and release my own father, my best friend, because of my mama. Now, y'all, let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. Because I got receipts. I might play a little piece of a phone call with her for y'all, just to show you, better than I can tell you, what the fuck I've been through. And why I know what I know about these bitches on these reality shows. I knew from just 2 seconds when I seen Nell. I'm like, oh, she ain't shit. She ain't shit. Everybody's like, why, Quinn, why you so mean? I'm not mean. I see you. I see you. That's why I got so pissed off when Uppity did that shit to Black Titanic. Because I'm like, let me watch this little girl. She says she got autism. I don't see no damn signs of autism. So is it self-diagnosed? Because I have a son who's autistic. I raised him myself single-handedly. I didn't have no help. Okay? I had white people trying to put me in jail over my autistic son. So I know people on the autism spectrum when I hear them talk, okay? That's just an excuse and a crutch to be evil. Because most autistic people, they're not dysfunctional. They're not messy. They're very sweet. They're not manipulative like that and evil. And I have dealt with many special needs people over time as a nurse and after I retired from the medical field. Most autistic people, they don't have evil intentions. I'm just putting it out there. Like it or not. Okay? The truth is the truth and don't need no fucking proof. But I can show you better than I can tell you. Listen. Be selective with who you share your energy with and your love with. That's all I'm saying. And people come with good intentions and then they get entitled. They start to feel entitled. And then they start to get demanding. You know? I had to throw some gems at another precious person that I recently met. And I was like, no. I hate to tell grown folk what to do. I can't tell you what to do. But I can suggest that you reel that back in. Because now folks starting to get entitled. Okay? That's because I love you. And love is not always comfortable. It doesn't supposed to hurt, but you're not going to always be comfortable. Because the truth is not always comfortable. Okay? And people who love you will tell you the truth. All right? I'm like, No. I would strongly not do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat. I was in the spirit. Pink Global, I love you. Thank you for coming through. Who else do we have in here? Sexy Chocolate 215. Linda Gamble, the hardest working empress on this side of YouTube. Minecraft Science. I don't know you, but hi. Grand Rising. I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm gonna stop yelling and cussing now. Okay? But let's let this rock one more time, then we're gonna be out. I might come back a little later. I got to go get me something to eat.
What people don't realize is, once you get over the pain and once you get over the hurt, you'll look back and realize you should have never been in that situation to begin with. You'll look back and realize how much better off you are outside of that situation than you ever were in the presence of those people who hurt you. Love is blinded.
Thank you, Pink Global, for your prayers and love. I appreciate it.
That you would have never
Beautiful
accepted.
Pinky.
When you sit back and look at your life, and you look at all the shit that you've taken, 100% it came from people you loved. Like, it's okay to miss people who hurt you, but you gotta understand that you can never go back. It's okay to crave those people who hurt you because you fell in love with something that they had, something good that they possessed. And over time, they took that for granted and began to hurt you. So it's okay to still love those parts of those people and miss those parts of those people. But you gotta understand, you gotta let go. You gotta let that go. Because when you get on the other side of that emotion, when it's all healed and said and done, you'll realize that you were much better than that situation.
Much
and
better.
You never stayed as long as you did.
Okay?
That's a fact.
Know that you are much better than staying in a situation that's hurting you. Okay? Listen, I got dogged out. Listen, I've been called from a drug addict. I had mental illness. You name it. Abusive to my children. Why? Because I cut off my family. That's why. Don't that sound familiar? What they do in the melody? It's called character assassination. Survivor jealousy. Huh? It's called misplaced anger and resentment. Because they no longer have access to abuse you. That's why well, Melody fake. Oh, they done let this go to her head. She all big-headed now. No. You just don't have access to abuse me no more. That's it. I'm still me. I'm still am who I say I am. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. That's why I don't fuck with you no more. Alright? Let's do this one more time and then I'm out of here.
The thing that a lot of people don't realize is once you get over the pain and once you get over the hurt, you'll look back and realize you should have never been in that situation to begin with.
Ken should never been fucking with them niggas anyway.
How much better off you are outside of that situation than you ever were in the presence of those people who hurt you. Love is blinded, bro. Love will make you deal
I love you,
with some
Pinky.
crazy shit that you would have never otherwise accepted. When you sit back and look at your life and you look at all the shit that you've taken, 100% it came from people you loved. Like, it's okay to miss people who hurt you, but you gotta understand that you can never go back. It's okay to crave those people who hurt you because you fell in love with something that they had, something good that they possessed. And over time, they took that for granted and began to hurt you. So it's okay to still love those parts of those people and miss those parts of those people. But you gotta understand, you gotta let go. You gotta let that go. Because when you get on the other side of that emotion, when it's all healed and said and done, you'll realize that you were much better than that situation. And you should have never stayed as long as you did. That's a fact. The thing that a lot of people don't realize is